And we're live. Great. Good morning to everybody in the UK that's watching. Everywhere else, good morning, good afternoon, or good night. I'm Tony, I'm the IT Smart Guy, and this is our second live. I said that I was going to do one every week, but I've been a little bit busy and a little bit lazy, to be fair. That is all going to change in 2021. I will be coming to you weekly. Anyway, today's topics: Christmas cheer, tech, thanks, and more is the name of the show and the live today. So, first thing I want to talk to you about is UCaaS and CCaaS. So, for a layperson, VoIP phones, VoIP telephony. So UC, Unified Communications with the AAS at the end, as a service. Double C, AAS, contact center as a service. So contact center, like a call center, but it's more of a omni-channel experience. So you can use it for your incoming and outbound calling. You can use it for email. You can use it for web chat, social, a full omni-channel customer experience package. How do you find the right solution for your business? Do you have an in-house IT person that recommends the solution to you? Do you work with a procurement organization that suggests one or two? Or do you work with a technology advisor like us that will find the solution that not only meets your wants, but meets your needs and fits with your budget? I'd like, let me know in the comments how you find the right telephony solution for your business. It would be really, really interesting to know. For us as technology advisors, it's all about understanding what your wants are, what your needs are, how your business is going to evolve over the next 3 to 5 years. Because when you buy one of these services, typically it's a minimum 3-year term. You can get shorter ones, but obviously it's a bit more expensive because you're paying for the same service but for less time. So they'll typically charge you a little bit more. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you buy your services, and if there's any questions you've got around what UCaaS and CCaaS are. Typically a UCaaS solution will be a single pane of glass application that sits on your laptop or desktop, your mobile device, and if you prefer, you can have one of those physical handsets, and you get the same experience across the devices. The benefits are it's low cost, it's low maintenance because it's done by the provider, which means that there's less impetus on your IT department or IT person to have to get involved and fix issues. You've got a full support desk provided to you, all wrapped up in the cost. The fact that you've got instant messaging, video conferencing, telephony, voicemail, fax if you need a fax, all this one application at a single user license cost. It's really beneficial to businesses of all sizes. And do you have a contact center? Do you have a call center for your business? Do you have a customer service department that's on the phone answering calls all the time? Whether that be a charity, a leisure company, a gym chain, mental health organizations, insurance companies. You're all using contact center or call center capabilities, but is it being utilized in the right way? Do you have the right technology for the needs of the business? Are your customers adapting and becoming more mobile first, wanting to use Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp to contact you rather than email? Or have you got a mobile application that you can, your customers can log repairs for houses, for example? And how's all that managed at the minute? If you haven't got some sort of contact center experience which integrates all these different parts, you're going to be using a lot more people, a lot more time, a lot more cost, because you're going to be having to provide all these people with all different equipment. With a full contact center experience, it's all in this one pane of glass application. meaning that your agents can operate on multiple channels at any one time. Something to think about maybe for 2021. If you are on the lookout for a VoIP telephony solution, a UCaaS solution for your business, it doesn't matter if you have 1 user or 5,000 users, we can help. Same with a contact center. We recently helped a mental health organization put a fully functional contact center into their support team with a look to roll out the UCaaS element of that for the rest of the team sometime next year. Because it's all as a service based, all in the cloud, it's really, really adaptable to the needs and wants of the business and how the business decides it wants to grow. Have a think about that. Right, second point. It's a little plug for a friend, really. Mental theft. My friend, Paul Newton, who I've only met face-to-face twice, but met him loads of times online, he's written a book. If you are in IT, physical security, or you're just worried about the state of your devices, your home security, your internet, how you use it, buy this book on Amazon. I've read it. It's awesome. There are checklists in it on chapter, I think it's 12, which, again, they're not onerous, but they give you so much value so you know how to keep yourself safe. Paul, who wrote this, is a magician, a hypnotist. He's got a podcast. He loves wearing trilbies, and he's known as Mr. Steal Your Stuff. He's done keynotes across the country. Stealing people's PIN numbers and things like that from their mind. He's giving you insight and information there on how to protect yourself from not just the normal scammers and hackers that are out there online, but from people like him as well. Buy it on Amazon. It's 15 quid, and it is a great read. Right, point 3, device specifications. So, over the last couple of weeks, I've been asked by a few people about device specification for new laptops and desktops and those sorts of things. Give me 2 seconds. Cost a plug. And I thought it would be a good thing to do would be to give my feedback on this live. If you're a business user, in my opinion, and the opinion of many in the industry, if you're running a Windows device, you should be using Windows 10 Professional. It comes with additional security features. It gives you the BitLocker encryption, meaning that your device is more compliant than if you were using Windows 10 Home. From a processor perspective, again, if it's a Windows device, I would always recommend sticking with the Intel Core i series, whether that be an i3 or an i9. It doesn't really matter. Again, it will all be based on your budget. But if you can get an i series processor rather than a Celeron or something like that. I'm not saying anything bad about the Celeron processors, but for business use, you want something that's, in my opinion, reliable. And that's all it is, my opinion. The i series is really reliable. From a memory perspective, if you're running on a laptop, you probably want a minimum of 8 gig of RAM. 4 gig, your devices will become slower quicker. I've done a couple of power hours. I mentioned them in the last live. Again, if you want to book yours, you can do so at the link that's on screen. So I've done a couple of power hours recently with users that have only got 4 gig of RAM in their device, and even a remote connection to their device, it just slows it so much. We did an upgrade yesterday on one, so she went from 4 gig to 12 gig, and the experience is so much smoother, even on a remote connection with poor internet on her part. When you live in a rural area, your internet is going to be a little bit hit and miss anyway. So, the experience with a remote connection was smooth yesterday. So, make sure, for a business use, 8 gig of RAM is the minimum. In terms of a hard drive storage, always go SSD, so solid state drive. They're faster, they're more reliable, and they'll give your laptop the kick it needs. So if you're on an older laptop and you've currently got a standard hard drive, look at changing it over to a solid state drive. They're not as expensive as they used to be, and you can easily clone your data from one drive to the new one within an hour or so with the right equipment. And if you don't know how to do it and you want it done, and if you're in the Hampshire, Dorset, Sussex, Surrey area, I can come and do it for you. I have the equipment here. Like I said, it takes about an hour. I did one for a lady a month or so ago. We sat in a coffee shop and I did it there and then. Graphics and things, again, if you're not going to be gaming on it, the graphics don't matter too much. And then in terms of ports, again, Windows devices, you get a lot of the ports on the machines anyway, unless you're going for an Ultrabook. So you'll get your HDMI in, your USBs, your USB-Cs, your SSD cards. If you're a Mac user, yeah, I'm an IT technology company, and I use Mac predominantly. My MacBook Pro has got 4 USB-C ports and a headphone jack, and that's it. So making sure you've got adapters is key, and I carry one of these around with all my cables and things in it. So I'm always prepared. Again, if you've got any questions on device specifications, drop them in the comments or drop me an email. My email's running along the bottom of the screen, or even pick up the phone. I happily talk to people. And yes, it is a UCAS solution phone. Right. This topic is quite a hot topic, like all the time, especially with the IT resellers in the UK and abroad. Google versus Microsoft. The reason I picked this up is because there is this ongoing struggle on LinkedIn, especially, with people going, you have to buy Microsoft or you have to buy Google. You don't have to buy anything you don't want to. If you're happy with basic webmail that's provided with your website host, then so be it, that's fine. You don't get much security with it, which is why one or the other would be a better thing for your business. Yes, there are costs associated, but again, you're going to be more secure. For me, it doesn't matter which solution you're on. If you choose to go on Google, that's your choice. The reasons for that, and if it fits for your business, crack on. If you prefer using Office 365, Microsoft 365, again, that's fine. Crack on. We can help with both. We can provide both. Personally, again, we're a few months in. I'm using Google Workspace purely from a cost perspective. And you know what? I've had no issues whatsoever. I've got an Office 365 license as well, so I've got Word, Excel, and PowerPoint and things. So I use that, but then I use Google Workspace for all my cloud storage, emails, etc. And it works fine. It's all about personal preference and the sort of business you've got. If you have only got 1 or 2 users, you're only looking to, you're not looking to grow £1 million+ business, and you want to stay in that agile startup kind of phase for your business, Google Workspace is perfect. If you do need a little bit more beef, a few more bells and whistles, a little bit more security, maybe 365 is for you. But again, it's open to you. It's subjective. If you want help, guidance, and support on which to choose, if you're looking to start a business up, give me a call. Pick up the phone. Drop me an email. Again, I'll happily give you advice. And again, I'll just listen to you. You'll be the one doing the talking, not me. It's funny. 6 months ago, I would have never have done this. Talked to myself down a camera for 15 minutes. Wouldn't have done that in a million years, at least not without a drink inside, for luck. But 2020 has been a tough year. and we're almost at the end. We've got 1 week until the big day. Santa Claus is coming, people. How are you spending your Christmas? Are you with loved ones? Are you adhering to the rules the government have set? There are so many people out there that seem to be following the rules rigidly or flouting them completely. There doesn't really seem to be much middle ground. For me, it'll be very small, family, home. That's it. There will be very little mixing with other people in my family. And again, that's just more for safety than anything else. Moving into 2021, who knows what's going to happen? The vaccine is now starting to roll out. I don't think we'll get back to any sort of normality until May, June time, I think. And again, it all depends on what happens with this UK-based vaccine for us in the UK. If the AstraZeneca trials meet approval, then the chances are it may be sooner, because it doesn't have to be stored at such a low temperature that the Pfizer one does. The people I do feel sorry for this Christmas are the people that run pubs. I'm not on about Weatherspoons and the big chains that can hold their own and ride the crest of the wave. With most of the country being in tier 2 and tier 3, it's those smaller, independent, family-run pubs that are either opening at the weekends or being forced to close because of the tight restrictions. You can go for a business meeting with 6 or 7 people in a room, socially distanced, and drink coffee and talk business, but you can't go to a pub and sit with 5 other people and have a drink. It baffles me. But hey, it's the government's decisions. I'm not political at all. Again, we have to adhere to the rules. It's a shame. The hospitality industry as a whole has suffered massively, and it will be interesting to see how many actually survive the next few months. My final point, because we are nearly 18 minutes in, is I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the support you've given me this year. I've been here, there, and everywhere this year. I've started the year in a job that I really, really enjoyed, furloughed, made redundant, started this business up. I've been working part-time, doing shelf stacking in the supermarket to make ends meet for the last few months. And now that has come to an end because I've been lucky enough to find a couple of contracts which will, make life a little bit easier. So for those people that have helped me, that have supported me, that we've done business together, thank you. I really, really do appreciate every single one of you. And at some time, either later today or early next week, I will be in touch with all of you, whether that be by phone, text, or email, again, just to say thank you once again. If you've got any questions on the topics we talked about, if you want the link to the mental theft book, give us a call, drop us an email. If you want to follow us on social, you can. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. We did dabble with TikTok, but it's not for us. So you can typically find us on those channels. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Thanks, guys. I think we'll call it a day there. Have a great Christmas, a fantastic New Year, and I will see you all again in 2021.